Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back and I've entered into the world of Jatrice. Golly, you just saw her do that fantastic job on JCT TV's Entertainment News. And as promised, I have to my far right, your far left there in television land, none other than the sensational orator and facilitator. I promise you he was coming. He's finally here. None other than Malik Williams. Malik Williams, how are you today?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you know, one of the first things that we want to talk about is the home. Mm-hmm. The home is that project that you have that's catching on like wildfires, and it's expanding. Mm-hmm. And I know it's associated here in Connecticut with Catholic Charities, but you're doing a fantastic job down there. I've been there, so I can definitely tell the folks you're definitely doing a fantastic job. I think you're reaching some of the young men. Mm-hmm. And our show today, one of our main topics is going to be fathers and their relations to the youth of America today, mm-hmm. and how they can be of a greater asset by being a part of their children's lives. Okay. I spoke earlier about this fantastic opportunity that you brought to our attention here at JCT TV, that dads matter too, mm-hmm. the 5K road race, as well as the 1 mile walk, usually done with the father and the child. Right? And this is happening September the 21st, 2014. Yes. And it will start at the Library Park. Mm-hmm. Right? As a matter of fact, you see that sensational picture right there, right here. Well, why can you tell us about this, to give us a little bit more detail before we get directly into the home project?
Yeah, well, this is just one of our ways of showing and raising awareness of the importance of dads in our community, the importance of dads in the home. Okay. We truly realize that fatherlessness is not just here in Waterbury, but this is a nationwide epidemic. Mm-hmm. And we are really trying to bring that attention to dads. You know, we have a saying over at the Home Project that no child comes with a manual, but every child comes with a man. So we know that if we can build the man, then we can build those strong relationships as fathers to sons and fathers to daughters and fathers as supportive roles with mom. So we offer a lot of healthy co-parenting strategies. Also, we also want to put our dad in a position where economically he's able to take care of his responsibilities, exactly. But more importantly, knowing and understanding the roles and responsibilities and how valuable he is in the community.
Outstanding, outstanding. And with that being said, I told you, with that being said, what are some of the steps that we look forward to? I know this is a great one, you know, dads participating and showing that dads do matter, mm-hmm. by getting out there and making it become known in the community. But what are some of the other steps that you guys will be taking or implementing to actually get the dads more involved?
Well, we have a lot of different resources that we offer and that we provide. We like for dads to come in usually, and what we call it is our locker room session. Okay. Where they'll come in and they'll actually talk and explain what are some of their barriers to being the responsible father that they are, striving to be. Okay. We usually have about 12 sessions. Some of my guys call it boot camp.
Indeed.
It is what it is. Indeed. Sometimes you need a boot.
Indeed.
To get yourself.
What these do?
But even during the 12 sessions that we do, we really emphasize the part of being supportive to mom and her role as well.
There you go.
I don't want to have this program come out and make it seem like it's some kind of He-Man woman haters club, because that is not what it is at all. Okay. We understand that the beauty of the woman, and that's our first rule, is that we honor the mother of our child because she helped create our legacy.
That queen, right?
So yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So as we go forward, we do develop those relationships. We do offer healthy co-parenting strategies where we'll ask mom to come in. Beautiful. And let her give us the laundry list of things that dad needs to accomplish to create that consistency within the home. And I notice as they do, as mom and dad are working on the same page and they're starting to realize they can count on each other as a unit. Okay. It usually, and this is the funny part, it usually takes maybe about 9 months for the total trust factor to take place. Okay. I'm talking the total trust, where it's like, oh, I know he got me and I know she's good with me. Exactly. But it also takes 9 months to create what they created.
That's right.
Usually you have to go back.
It's a balance.
Yeah. But we just found that phenomenal in our past studies. But once mom is on board, and we know where dad needs to take it. Okay. And I find out most of our dads usually don't leave the situation because they want to walk away from their responsibility or their child. Right. They usually have the great fear of, am I man enough to step up to it? So when they get the resources and they realize, this is not a bad situation, this is something that can be regrouped, replenished. Okay. They're more than willing. I've been doing this for 10 years. Wow. And I've only met maybe 2 dads who said, I really don't want anything to do with my kid. Wow. They walk away from the circumstances, not the child, Wow. And I think a lot of people need to understand that voice. These men really want to be the dads, the best dads that they can be. Indeed. They're just looking for a platform or an opportunity. Right.
So, and do you find that a lot of times it's because they don't have the resources, or do you find that there's some other issue that keeps them out of their children's lives?
Absolutely.
Jatrice, you can jump in here when you feel like that.
That's man's fault.
Well, actually, I agree with everything he says, because it is true that it's the fact that they actually just, they can't, it's so overwhelming for them to actually take on this role that they feel like, I am not capable of doing it, or I'm not ready to. So that's why they actually are walking away from the situation and not walking away from the child. They really don't want to, but at the same time, they also feel ashamed for even having to do so.
So, Malik and Jatrice, because it seems like you guys are both heading in the same direction. Do you tell me that there are gentlemen out there that actually become overwhelmed by the very issue of fatherhood?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That it actually is a fear factor? Well,
yeah, because it's the fact of you have a responsibility to a life.
Thank you.
And they're going to count on you for a good while, for a long time. And it's the fact of, are you going to be able to do it?
Wow.
And some of them, it scares the crap out of them. There are times where it's like they're all happy that they're going to be, until when the day comes, it's like, yeah, I'm not sure anymore. At times,
dads tell me that once they found out that they were going to be a father, was the best time and the most fearful time. They were like, that is 9 months of being scared, because a child is a man's perfect mirror. Understand that. You will see you will see the type of man that you are. Based on how you treat that child. If you're a self-centered person, it's going to show. If you're a happy-go-lucky, irresponsible person, it's going to show. So all of those things they're being forced for the man to look at, and it's like, and that's me. So they feel like I have to either step up or step off. And unfortunately, because of compile that with the financial obligations and also different outside entities becoming barriers. You have certain state agencies that may become a barrier. You may have, law enforcement that may be a state. You may have your own background. So many barriers that you're like, how am I ever going to cut through this to get to this little thing that I created that I love with all my heart? And it becomes very overwhelming to a lot of these gentlemen, especially when they don't have the encouragement. Because we live in a society today where, we went from the perfect father, Mike Brady or whoever it might be, to freaking Peter Griffin from Family Guy. And that's how they want to portray dads, and that's just not the role that we
Wow. Wow, Robert Young, Father Knows Best.
Yeah.
Wow. But I never looked at it like that, as these gentlemen being afraid. And then on the other hand too, to see the transition, as you said, according to the media, turning the perfect father from being, say, Robert Young and Father Knows Best, to the gentleman, like you said, from American Dad and Peter Griffin and
Family
the
Guy.
other one.
Yeah. Of course. Okay, I do watch these shows, and they do have these certain things, but they do but they do actually show what they do to give out some examples of what they do as as parents, and certain things that they do, they be like, okay, I finally realized that I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, and that's not. I'm doing it for my own selfish purposes. I don't want it to do it for this reason. I want to do it for my kid at the end.
One of the things I find in parenting, especially the father, I find that a simple walk with your kid, is a great thing. Taking them out to extracurricular activities. Those are the things that those children are going to remember. And that's a perfect time while their mind is receptive, because they're seeing these this new culture, to sort of speak, right? Regardless of what the event may be, that their mind is receptive. That's the time to really shoot some of that staggering knowledge in there that otherwise would stagger them, and they feel it for a little while and they don't think about it anymore. But every time they think about that event, they're going to think about this bit of knowledge that you implanted into their brain on that particular day. Do you guys agree with that?
I definitely agree with that, because like you said, I had done some curricular activities, and my father was always there for every single one of them. It wasn't while I was a school mascot, he wasn't there for that one, but when it came down to doing my school plays, he was there for those.
Outstanding.
Yeah, children have a way of spelling love, T-I-M-E. And that's it. There you go.
There you go. That's outstanding. On that note right there, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you guys over to a great opportunity to spend some time with your children. Broadway in the Park. This is free. It's done by HBO and the radio station 96.1 or 7. It is with Delilah, the #1 top female DJ in the world. And it's every Thursday during the summer months down in HBO or Bryant Park in New York City. We're going to take you to some of the activities. They bring you out the top performers from those Broadway plays where the tickets are $200 or more, and you can actually get this live and direct right in front of your face. And we're going to take you to our session down there during the course of this summer. And we'll be right back.